in 1996, we were just starting to build websites at the time, and we created a company that created automated website building for the mortgage and the banking industry. So we stayed in that and grew through the .com days, and we were in that space for many, many years. So I think we spent about 14 years there, and built thousands and thousands of websites, and our platform did that in that space. It was real exciting. But what's interesting about this is as we started to look at the future of the internet, and we were watching how things were going, we kept seeing things explode all around us, and we were in this business that was creating websites, and it wasn't growing as fast as we'd like it to. But we watched these companies that would start up and they would just explode. We said, what is the secret ingredient for those companies? Well, while Aaron and I were thinking about what that ingredient was, one of the employees of my older brother's company in Houston was sitting in the back programming, and he came into my brother one day and he said, would you like to invest in my software company? And my brother said, no, I'm not interested. And the gentleman's name was Matt Moloweg, and Matt ended up leaving my brother's office, going to work at CNET, but Matt started a little company called WordPress. And WordPress has 55, millions and millions of websites out there. So the concept and ideas of you never know who's sitting in the room next to you and where it's going to go is just amazing in this space. So this is a real opportunity. But we did a lot of research on technologies. We were trying to think, how could we go out and put together something that would actually go out and do what kind of a Facebook did, or having a mini Facebook. And if you think about this, Tom, what if you could have started Facebook?
Well, I'd be rich, and a lot of people wouldn't be. That's kind of the way I look at it. But I like the idea of it, but I liked a lot of people getting wealthy along with it.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people did. And one of the things is one of the biggest successes of Facebook. What makes them successful, if you ask what the secret formula is in Facebook's growth and in all the other social networking growth, the answer is going to be right here on the screen. It's a real simple formula. It's called the viral loop. And what that is that's you see something, you click on something, you have a desire to share it, and then you share it. And then somebody sees that share, they click on it, and then they have a desire to share it. And then they share that. And then they see it, and they click on it, and they have a desire to share it. Now, that's interesting because it's like a wheel, and if you can get that wheel in motion, what happens is it takes on a life of its own and begins to grow. So that's really what the term going viral is. So when we looked at Solavei and this great opportunity with mobile service, we know that's a product everybody needs. So how can we create an engine that allows us to have that process start taking place so we truly do have something that goes viral? So there's two factors that make this happen, and Aaron's going to be showing you some of this on the system tonight, but I'm giving you guys a high-level overview because I'm going to introduce you to some terminology you're going to hear us say, and you'll become familiar with over the next few days. Number one is, how often do you share? So that's a key thing is if you don't have any friends and you don't have anybody to talk to, and you're sitting in your house and you simply can't do anything, then you're not going to be able to go viral. You have to be able to talk to somebody or share something. So how many times, how many people, and how often you share is the first key factor in there, and a percentage of those people are going to share that link. The second key factor is how often your friends share. So those two things make up that loop. So what we want to do is we want to create a vehicle on the internet that's going to allow somebody to have an incentive to share. Now, it's very difficult to ask somebody to pay for a technology or a tool and have them share that. Does that make sense? And that's why Facebook doesn't charge, and they could have charged, but Facebook said this needs to be free because people will not have a reason or incentive to share it if it's not free. So the Monster Viral Funnel technology you're going to see tonight is free, because if it wasn't free, it wouldn't work. Okay, so how often your friends share? That's your second thing. Are you guys still with me now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we got the third thing that we're going to cover quickly is, but going viral is different than making sales. We're going to hear the word sales funnel tonight, and it's called a Monster Viral Funnel or Viral Monster Funnel, whichever way you want to present it. But what's a funnel? And is this going viral different than making sales? Well, for something to go viral, it needs to take on a life of its own, and you can measure that. So we've built that into the system to see the measurement of this thing as it starts to propagate. We've created some ways to incentivize people to do that. So we call it a sales funnel. And the sales funnel is a process that leads a person to take action. So think of it like this. You guys have all went into a car dealership. You purchased a car. You go through these processes. They, first of all, walk you around the car. They show you the features. They take you in the sales office. They sit you down. They go back and forth with their manager. They start high. They go low. And eventually you feel like you've finally got the deal that you want, and you're happy about that. And the psychology of that entire process is a sales funnel. And it really is in place because it has to be in place. You have to go through that experience. Otherwise, you're not going to feel good about making that purchase. So a sales funnel is also a process where we lead people down a path where they take a step, they take action, it builds interest, it creates desire, and then they take action, and it moves them into the process of doing business. So that's why we call this a sales funnel. It's broken up into a couple of videos. That the first video is designed to build interest so that they hit the Facebook like. And you'll see that in Aaron's walkthrough tonight. There's a key thing is when somebody shares the funnel, it does some amazing things. So that here's a couple of terms we're going to talk about tonight. Bind. You're going to hear us say bind. And bind equals parent funnel. You're going to hear that. Just think about yourself. When you've got the monster funnel running and you've actually bound your Solavei username to that funnel, that means that your username is now a part of the URL for that funnel. So from that point forward, when you share it, it'll have your username in it. So before you get your username bound to your funnel, everybody has to start the funnel out with a temporary link or a temporary ID. And that's very important. But then you bind your funnel. So you're going to hear that terminology. The other piece of terminology is child funnel. All child funnel really equals is temporary. It's a temporary link. So when you follow the first go through into the funnel and you share it on your Facebook by liking it, there's a link that goes out on your Facebook. That's called a child funnel link. The reason is because your Solavei ID is not on that link yet. That's really important because one of the things that motivates people to propagate this is the fear of loss. So the fear of loss is an interesting motivator. We all know how that kind of works. It's actually one of the most underrelated impulse factors in the human psyche is fear of loss. So there's an old saying that says, you put one cow in a field with one bale of hay, and the cow will starve himself to death. You put two cows in a field with one bale of hay, and they'll fight over who eats it the fastest. Okay? The fear of losing that is worth more than anything. So it's very important to have that key because that's a key psychological incentive for this to propagate. So that's something that you're going to see tonight. So the monster viral funnel combines the viral marketing and the fear of loss to motivate people to take action. So that's really what it's about. So I'm going to jump off of my presentation here, and I'm going to move over this screen. And Aaron, if you can just tell me when you see this appear here, and I know I'll be good.
You're good. I can see your desktop.
By the way, if you guys pull up chat, like Aaron, if you're ready for an advanced screen, you can just put in chat like an asterisk or something like that, and he knows to flip the screen ahead of time, so that way you can stay on pace if you want to.
Okay, Tom, we're not that advanced yet.
or you could go like this. Just go.
No, we'll get there. Small steps, baby steps, everybody. That's what this is about.
That's right.
Can you guys all see the screen that says Monster Viral Funnel?
Yes, we can.
You can see that? Okay, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so this is where it starts, but it really doesn't start here. It starts from a link that one of you guys received by somebody that shared this with you. Now, that link that they shared that with you at is either going to be a link that has their Solavei username in it, or it's going to be a link that has a number like a 16575, whatever that is. I'm going to click this Sign Up Now button in a minute, and then I'm going to let Aaron take it from there. But this page right here is a landing page that talks about what the Monster Viral Funnel is, how it works, shows some samples of the videos, and you can. This is the first page that when you share this funnel out, the link is actually going to take the people that are seeing your link when they click on it are going to come back here and they're going to see this page. So they're going to be able to read a little bit about this, and they're going to see Sign Up Now, it's free. So when we click the Sign Up Now button, I'm just going to see how this window pops up here, and it says, welcome to the Monster Viral Funnel. You need to have a referral link to watch this presentation. This is what's called a closed-in presentation, so it's not open to the world. The only way somebody can see this is if they're invited through one of your links on Facebook. If you look up in the browser window, the URL says ID equals, and there's nothing in that equals. So that's why we're looking at this right here, and we can't watch the funnel. The minute that I'm referred in here from somebody's link on Facebook, then it opens up the funnel, and I can begin to watch the process of going through these steps. I want you to think about something. I'm going to turn the time over to Aaron. Think about this. When I come and look at this link, Tom, that you shared with me, and I watch this video, and then I share that on my Facebook account, I have not bound my link yet. I'm not in Solavei yet. But what's happened is a link has been posted out to my Facebook that says, I liked this, and then all my friends now can click on that link. Well, if I haven't joined Solavei yet, and I haven't bound that link, and they go ahead and click that link, and they go through the process and join Solavei, the problem here is that I could lose that person because they could take action before me. So I'm incentivized right now to go ahead and bind my link and get my Solavei username set up, because the minute I do that, what happens is the Solavei link and the temporary link now redirects everything back to me that I have out there on my Facebook. And I become the parent of all of those links out on Facebook until the next person down who's binding. So there's some fear of loss here in this method. It actually takes on a life of its own, starts propagating before they've even joined Solavei. And
right,
does that make sense to you, Tom, everybody?
Yeah, well, let me simplify it here, folks. If you start promoting this and your friend starts promoting it and they're not in Solavei, there'll be like some type of countdown timer that they have a certain amount of time to get enrolled in Solavei. And if they don't, the leads that they've generated will pass up to the person that referred them to the funnel. So it's very important, folks, that when your friends start promoting this, you look at them and say, dude, you need to get signed up, because you could lose leads if you don't get signed up. And it gives you a little bit of a sense of urgency. Sense of urgency also is just as important as fear of loss when you're talking to people, but it gets people to take action. And I think it's a great concept, and I look forward to you all talking about some of the things too.
David, do you have any more you want to cover, or do you just want to?
No, I'm gonna jump off right there. And Aaron, as you're going through some of the steps, you'll cover kind of the technical process. So I'll probably bring up more questions for you guys, and he'll also answer some of those questions as well. So how do I give Aaron screen control from here?
I just gave it to him.
All right, fantastic.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate being here, and everybody that's on this call tonight. The Monster Funnel, a couple of things I want to kind of sum up as we get started on this and walk through it is it's different than a landing page. A lot of you guys have used landing page marketing and offer pages or websites, and the first thing you go is, where do I collect the data? How do I get the leads? And I want you to, for a second, just to set that thought process aside and think about maybe a new way to do this. And that's what this Monster Funnel is about, is a new way to get your message out there, to create buzz virally. And what's interesting about it is we do have experience in landing page development and marketing. David and I run another company that we launched, which is dedicated strictly to marketing. And currently we manage and oversee about 20,000 offers on the internet. So you would ask us, if you guys are managing 20,000 some odd offers on the internet, and they're basically built inside a landing page format, why is this going out in more of a viral? You don't see the lead capture. There's not. Why is this different? Well, I'll tell you why, and that's because this is a pretty special project here, and it's really the next evolution in marketing. We've spent years in the world of doing landing pages, lead capture, autoresponder. This type of marketing is all about the buzz. It's about the cycle that David showed you about. It's about somebody sharing something and clicking on it and creating buzz. You and I both know in the sales process that we would love to have the magic button that you push and it goes out there and people just sign up. But 9 times out of 10, there's going to be questions that are asked. There's going to be it's a little bit of hand-holding that's going to have to take place. So I often think of the sales process online a little bit differently. We all have the goal to complete it from start to finish, and we would love to have that goal. But I think of it more of like A to Z process. And if you have a sales system or process that can take you from A to the letter M or the letter T, and you have to finish up the rest perfectly fine. If there's one that takes you to letter C, then that's probably not as effective. So our goal is to build a system that will warm up the prospect, create some type of environment. There's a little bit of disruption there because they go, what is this? And what's this? That's kind of a cool video, and it creates interest. And whether they click the link, sign up, the idea is that they go, man, I see this stuff you're posting on Facebook. What's that about? And we're disrupting that. We're getting inside there. We're creating interest. And then we're giving them the opportunity to reshare that information out to their groups and so forth and so on. So think about this funnel being a little bit different than your traditional sales funnel that you would have inside in a landing page type of a format. It starts out with a video screen, and it's just like you're walking up to the wall. This is actually the wall at Solavei, by the way. We went and visited their corporate, and I said, hey, that's a cool big, 100-foot TV they have on the wall there. And I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but I thought that'd be kind of cool to have that as a site, and people go there and they can watch the screen. So you walk in, and it's a natural environment. The video starts playing. And the video takes them through what we call a disruptive, we disrupt them basically. They see something that is off the wall, it's not natural, and they take an interest in it. And then what it does is at a certain point in the video, it's going to ask them to simply share, go ahead and click like to continue if they're interested. And a Facebook like pops up. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this Facebook like, and there's a lot of different opinions out there and so forth, but what's so unique about it is when that Facebook like pops up, we also tell them at the exact same time that, hey, don't worry about it. If you don't think the stuff I'm going to share with you is worth the like, then just simply unlike us on Facebook. It's that simple. And that little statement there helps with conversion with the likes. And so it gets more people clicking that like button. Now, when they click that like button, it does an automatic post out to their Facebook page. And what it is sharing is your URL and your funnel with them. In this example, if you shared this with your friend, they reshare it, it's going to share your funnel. The only difference is your funnel does not have your name attached to it. It has a temporary ID. And that way, and that funnel remains tied to you. It's connected with you. And if their friends click on it and reshare it, now you have a second generation of funnels out there. And if their friends click on it and share it, then they've got another generation. And it's not until somebody in that line of generations claims that funnel until you basically, they take over that funnel line, basically. And I don't know if that makes sense, but if there's 10 people in that line and person number 5 finds their link and claims that funnel and signs up in Solavei, all the other funnels below them, they inherit. And if they never sign up, then you continue to maintain those links out on Facebook. and you could have thousands and thousands of links coming back to your funnel where you're creating interest and people are creating questions and so forth. So it's a pretty...
I'm going to say it, but dude, this is like a viral power line, dude. I mean, this thing is like, it just takes off like a freaking rocket, and anybody who's smart enough that goes, I get this, I'm jumping in and signing up for Solavei right now because I see what this thing is doing, and dude, you're just driving it deep fast. Okay? I love it, man.
Now, here's a problem, Tom, okay? I only have 20 friends on Facebook. I just signed up for it. This couldn't possibly work for me, right? Well, David used an interesting term. He used what he called child funnels. And I want you to just picture this, and everybody else listening tonight. Let's say, for instance, that you have a link to this funnel and you only have 20 Facebook friends. And you know you're going to share it, and chances are you won't have a big hit and this thing won't take off because there's just not a lot of people there. Well, you're not limited to just your friends and influence in Facebook. I don't know how many of you know this, but you can go to Facebook, click on the groups tab, type in your hometown, join that group, and now post your link. All of a sudden, you're now introduced to 400, 500 people that you're posting to. Another way is a simple Craigslist ad. You can go to any Craigslist or blog site, put it out there. Hey, need giving away a free SIM card. Click here to learn more. Wham. And when that person, let's say 10 people from a Craigslist comes in, and one of those 10 people have 5,000 people on their Facebook page, okay, if just one of them comes in and clicks that link and reshares it, you've just tapped into 5,000 more people that your funnel is now propagating through. So the opportunity to start propagation is huge and is not limited to just your Facebook account. So I wanted to kind of make that clear before we move on. And it's just super exciting because when you see the statistics, you'll be able to really appreciate what I'm telling you. The Facebook like that pops up, I'm just going to give a second. In the event that you're doing demos, guys, with your groups and your teams, and you don't want to keep liking this over and over and over again because you're flooding or spamming your Facebook page, there is another way to bypass this. There's a little gray area down at the bottom, and if you click on this little gray area, it opens up a code that you can type in and enter the code 8675309. And the purpose... And that's kind of like the old song, right? 8675309. You guys get it. We're a cell phone company. Anyhow, so the idea here is that you put this code in, and when you hit submit, it bypasses the whole like function and allows you to continue through the demonstration. This is if you're doing a home meeting or something, and you know you've already posted on Facebook for the day. And then it takes you to the next part of the funnel where it introduces you more to the videos. Now, the videos that we're using are basically kind of like a wide draw type video. You'll see a moving hand sketching out the artwork. It's live. This is it's pretty time consuming to build this type of video, but it draws the attention of the viewer, and they stick around a much longer to watch the videos. So they watch the videos and they continue through the process. And they get to a page where they need to enter in their email address, and this will take a second for it to pop up on the screen. And this is very important at this stage in the funnel, because what it tells them is, okay, we've given you some pretty good information, right? You've got a pretty good idea on this, but if you want to continue, then you're going to need to enter your email address in. Now, this email address is never used for anything more, guys, than to send them 3 autoresponder messages and a reminder to bind their account. It's never sold, it's never rented, it's never abused, and so it's completely locked down. And when the person types that email address in there and hits submit, what they're going to do is they're going to be then redirected to the binding page. But let's say that they don't bind their account because they don't have an account with Solavei, and they have to go sign up, and then they have to come back later on and repeat this process. Well, what's nice about this step is that what it did was it captured their email address, and it sent them an email with the instructions on how to bind their account so they can come back through the link in their email and pick up right where they left off. And they don't miss out on any of that process or time. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in here. I'll just make up an email real quick and click continue. And then it'll take you to the binding page that I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to show you a super cool back office this thing has And I know we're going on a quite a long.
So this is the page where you claim the temporary.
Okay, on this they have the option of going 1 to Solavei to learn more about the product, or 2 to bind their link. If you click the click here button, it's going to automatically pass the parent ID. David used that word. The parent ID is the Solavei username of the person that shared the funnel with you. And so if my name was John and my Solavei username was John, when I click that link, John is going to be in that link that goes over to Solavei, and John will pop up on the screen so you know you're on the right page. When you bind your link, it's also what that's going to do is that's going to take that original link that they shared out on Facebook, whatever that was, that temporary link when they first clicked like, and they're going to be able to claim that then at that point in time. And when they claim it, it's like they now own that link and they own everything underneath it. So if somebody clicked that link already as they're watching this video and there's 20 or 30 shares that have taken place, when they claim that link, they also claim the 20 or 30 shares that went along with it. And now they have this instant viral activity starting to take off. So it's pretty cool how that works. Once I bind my link, then it tells me to share this with my team, and I can start propagating it down. Now, that's all cool. That's the funnel. It works. It propagates. It's really neat. What I want to show you are the numbers, okay, guys, and the back office. Each person, when they sign up for the funnel, they get sent a username and a password, and they have the option to log in to a back office. Now, the back office, we call it a viral dashboard, and it's going to change a whole lot as this thing starts taking off. And this is really the first version of it. But what it does is it gives you a snapshot of your statistics on how viral you are. It gives you the ability to share the tool with your team, and then it gives you some cool share features at the top in the menu that I'll go over with you. But on the actual statistics themselves, this is what's interesting, guys. We know it's a proven statistic that the average Facebook user has 240 people or some odd on their Facebook. It's proven. Facebook gives us that stat. We also know that if we can get at least 5% of the people to click the like button, any message will go viral on Facebook. So there's some pretty key indicators in the process to see this thing go viral. But the other key is you've got to share this, and you've got to get activity going to it, because if you don't break through that 250 mark of Facebook friends, then you're not going viral. So you've got to get your link out there more and more and more. And the more you get it out there, the more it starts growing virally. It's kind of like the snowball effect. It starts small, and then it just starts growing and growing and growing. This funnel was launched about 4 weeks ago, and this is the parent funnel, and you'll see that it started with 445 people that clicked the link. Out of that, there were over 2,970 child funnels or links created. And out of those child funnels, we had 47,807 people that clicked on those funnels. Okay?
How long has that been, Aaron?
That's over 4 weeks, guys. One site, 4 weeks, being propagated out, 47,807 links were clicked on. And you think about that. What type of system out there can you get 47,000 links propagating in Facebook in 4 weeks? And this thing, this thing isn't even lit up with marketing, guys. This doesn't even have any type of campaign behind it or PPC this is just pure viral. Now, what happens is it takes a lot of numbers to get to a lead, to get to a sell. If you're in internet marketing and you're doing more than 3%, it's like golden. Most people are running in under that 3% mark. So the idea is you have to get your funnel cranking if you're going to see results from it. So the faster you do that, the faster you're going to get to results. And that's what this is about today, is how do you speed up the process of propagation? How do you take your links and get them to these numbers in the next 4 weeks? And what we have for that is we have, underneath the share button, some pre-built email swipes, and these automatically pull in your username, and this gives you the ability to start cutting and pasting and firing out emails. There's also a list of all the different free classified sites out there that you can go post ads in. There's also email marketing companies, if you want to hire any. Just make sure they're CAN-SPAN compliant and they're doing things the right way. There's also different Facebook posts you can do. There's Twitter posts you can do that you can add. And then all this fun stuff's available for you. It's already written. You just cut and paste it, basically, and take off running. The other thing that it has, which is really cool, is it has a social sharing button. And we wanted to create an environment that's literally like a one-click share. And now, everybody knows about Facebook, but there's a lot of social networks out there, and I mean a lot of them. And every one of these social networks have groups. There's communities. There's synergy happening. And you have the ability to tap into those and then share your message into those, so you're not limited to Facebook only. Even though this is a Facebook-like, I can share this link on my Twitter account or my LinkedIn account. I can share an article about this, or I can put it into Reddit. I have so many options now that I can take my link and I can propagate it into a social community site and have that viral activity starting to take off. And the way this works is it's a one push click. So if I wanted to share it, let me just close this down. If I wanted to share it, I would just click the button for LinkedIn. It would fire up LinkedIn. I would need to put in my username and password, but you'll see it automatically built the ad. It automatically said post to updates, and then I click the share button. It's not that hard, guys. See how easy that was? That's it. That's it, and I'm propagating. Now, if you come back here and you say, okay, I have a new person in my company. They just asked me what to do. They're a newbie. They signed up last week. I need to give them some direction. Well, point them to this area and say, go set up social accounts in all these areas. Go ahead and link up with a bunch of people and then start pushing this button and make it a habit that every day you come in here, you push this button at least once and watch what happens to your viral funnel. It will take off. And that's what this is really about. This viral funnel is about keeping it fun, keeping it easy. You know, we went with the name Monster Viral because you know what, guys? We want to just have fun with it. We don't want to make this too hard of a system or have it too complicated. It's just a monster that's out there crawling around, and we love it to death. And it's propagating like crazy. If you support, sorry, David, you have a comment?
Yeah, I was just going to say one thing, Aaron. You know, one of the things this thing does too is it sends out some auto email responder drip marketing emails. They're really not marketing emails, but what they are, and I want to point this out. I don't know if you covered this, Aaron, but I'm just thinking back to it as you're showing me this. If somebody goes through this process but they don't bind, so they start the funnel, someone clicks on one of your links and they start the funnel, they don't bind, but they've gotten to the point where they put their email address in, this system will send them over the next 24 hours, actually it's every 24 hours for 3 days, they're going to receive an email that's going to give them a link back to bind and to join Solavei. So what you're doing is not only you're putting this out on Facebook, you're also putting it into a drip responder that's built into this. It's going to send your links where they can come back and do that. And go ahead. One of the, I was just going to say this before I forgot, because Tom's going to like this. One of the things we haven't announced yet that Aaron and I are working on doing right now is pulling in the share stats so they'll be reported out to those emails. So when someone receives that email, it's going to tell them how many times their funnel's being shared, so they better go back and bind it.
Or they better sign up. So, guys, this thing's going to be working for you on every person that puts that email address in, which means if I put my email address in and I end up not signing up in Solavei, I might get a weekly report that says your link and your funnels have now grown to this. You're missing out. You better join. And you're missing out on whatever business is being generated from that. So it creates in that urgency.
That's right, Aaron. And one last thing, and I won't talk anymore, but on that share this marketing tool right there, where you can actually post it out to Facebook from the viral dashboard, it's a little different than the very first click. Because when you go through it the first time, for the very first time and you like it, it's just a like on your Facebook, and it doesn't post directly to your wall. It posts back to the section where you're liking it. If you go in here, and Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, when you share it through here and you post it back out on the Facebook, you can type in a message and it actually posts it right up on your wall, right on the front.
And it becomes part of the wall feed, and you're going to have more exposure. So if you're using the funnel and you're going, I click like, but I don't see any activity, go repost it on your wall, and then get creative with your post. Try some different messages, try some different text, If you want to swap out the image, you can do whatever you want, but make sure you put your funnel. I shouldn't say that. I think we just got in trouble. But anyhow, you write something that's in compliance with the company, put the link in there, and then hit submit and try it, test it. Again, guys, this is brand new, so we're constantly testing, we're constantly improving it. And our goal is over the next 6 months to a year to have this so dialed in that the numbers are so proven that without a doubt, everybody that uses this can stand behind it firmly and say, we know this thing's converting at X. Go out, propagate it, share it. You're going to build your team with it. Now, if you have support issues, guys, you can call Tom up, and Tom will probably not like us much because he'll be inundated with too much support. Let's save Tom a little bit of trouble there. There's a nice little customer service tab in here. All you do is put your question in there, and then it's tracked in the system. It makes sure that somebody follows up on it in a timely manner. It's recorded. You get carbon copies of it. It's real easy to enter in your support, and then Tom doesn't have to feel like he's doing support on the funnel. So that's pretty much.
Let me give you my number. It's 801.
Yeah, if you haven't used, call Tom. He knows it. But guys, if anything we can leave you with is have fun with your business, and use a tool like this with a good attitude. Chances are you're not going to share it and it just changes your whole world. But the idea is that if you share it enough and if you keep building it and we keep making it better, this tool will become an incredible tool that we can all grow and use from. Other than that, David, I think that's pretty much all that I want to cover. We do have, we have a new feature that'll come out shortly, which will be sending out the statistics via email, and we'll have that probably going out once a week, so everybody's constantly reminded, hey, I've got a funnel, I've got to go share it. So that should keep your teams moving as well. If you have any questions or feedback, we love to see the positive feedback. There's actually a feedback form here that says leave positive feedback. If you like the funnel, put some positive feedback in there. It helps us with Solavei to let them know the team likes it and they're adopting it. If you have issues or there's things that you don't like, put that in there too, because we're listening to that and we're making modifications as we get them. But we appreciate all the feedback we've had and the support from the team we've had. I think tonight we're close to 1,000, probably getting closer to 1,000 users that have found their link, and we want to grow that out to 10,000 as fast as possible. So so if you have it tonight, find it, get connected, and then on our next webinar, we're going to do with Tom down the road. We're going to introduce a little secret tool to you guys to help propagate it even more, but we'll save that for another call. So
how about next Sunday?
Hey, we love your show, Tom. We will come anytime.
Yeah, can you add to that feedback section if people think Eric Green is awesome, they could actually submit that to the company as well. We got the digital gangster in the house right now. What are you doing, Eric? You've been sitting there. Hey, you got that Cheshire cat grin going on. You're going, man, I'm about to
go. Is Eric on tonight? Did Eric just join us?
Eric's on. I see him.
How are you?
Hey, man, as long as nobody calls me for customer support questions, I'm cool, man.
It's 919.
You know, put that number up on the screen, will you, Tom? We all need to see it real big.
We'll hold that over each other's head. Whoever does something wrong, we're going to throw your number out there. That's going to be the little blackmail we're going to use. So, David, is there any way you can give us a sneak preview of that little screen you showed us? You going to be able to do that tonight?
Oh, are you talking about the?
Oh no, hey, David, you cannot show that tonight, man.
You gotta show that, dude.
You cannot show that tonight. This is like recorded, and it's probably going to end up on YouTube. So whatever you show, I'm telling you, you got to be very careful.
Okay, Tom, listen, it's like this, okay? You know when they design cars at Ford, they bring in this little model, and it ends up not really looking like that all the way. So
right.
I'll show you guys this with just the disclaimer to give you kind of an idea, just because you asked, Tom. But
I got some technical difficulty, David. I'm having a hard time here.
Oh wait, I just removed. Don't worry about him. I'm cameraman here, so I got you under control here. So just a little sneak preview. I mean, kind of tell people, a little peek. This guy's
okay, Tom. I'm going in here to see if I can find it for you. All right,
everyone.
I'm going in right now to see where I've got that at.
Wait, Aaron just sent a secret agent in to stab you. Oh no, that's her daughter. Never mind. I thought that was.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh. All right. Anyhow, for you guys that are watching, this is kind of an interesting thing David's going to show you. But there's a number that you have to know when you're marketing going viral, and that's your velocity, how fast that's moving, how whether it's up or down, and knowing that number is super important, because if you know what that number is and you have a quick way to increase it, then you're going to go viral real fast, and that's what this is that David's going to be showing you. So, yeah, I got to get the file out. So you guys keep talking while I'm pulling this out, and then when I find it here, I'll pop it up on the screen for you. So guys, let me ask some questions and you guys can throw some feedback in. This is just one video series, and the idea with the funnel is that in the future you have the option to select from different video storylines to be able to push out. And right now this is the Mr. Phone one, but if you guys have some ideas, or if you think that's a good idea to be able to come in here and not be restricted to just one viral video funnel, but it has the same technology, the same framework, but the option to maybe push out video 1 or video 2 or video 3. What's your feedback on that? Let us know if you have some creative ideas for it. Also, that we're again, it's cool to hear those and. Wait, I hear somebody. Who is that?
Dude, man, I'm thinking if you could have women who love to shop and the mobile shopping network and kind of take that whole thing.
That would be awesome.
How to have an unlimited credit card where you just got money and you can go shopping every single month. I think.
Well, the females that join this company would increase and outnumber the men. So I don't know if we'd run into issues with keeping the equality and stuff in place. So. It's good. I love the idea, though. That's cool.
Yeah, Eric, what about you? You got an idea? I know his mind's going.
Man, you know what's cool about this is I think a lot of people are missing. Obviously it's sort of built around the one of the most powerful sales trigger, obviously the fear of loss. But this is sort of hypnotically and indirectly spreading the message of Solavei to thousands and thousands of people. And as you guys know out there, I think direct seller says you have to be exposed 7 to 15 times before you buy. So it's really crucial right now that you guys get out there and get signed up and get all of your team out here, not only posting to the social media platforms, but emailing it out to everybody they know, posting Craigslist ad. I'm sure Tom's going to have a whole bunch of swipe copy and everything set up for all this. But what might be cool is if you guys offer a number of different thumbnails that we can choose from. Yeah, I think how it's going to get sort of, it's like everything else, right? People are going to get used to that thumbnail, especially in Facebook. And if we can kind of give them the option to sort of change that up, they might go, oh wait, this is something different. What is that sort of thing? So that might be cool to have some different thumbnails.
Hey,
Eric,
so anyway, David's pulling that up again. There's a feedback form. If you have some ideas, some suggestions, pop them in that feedback, and they won't be forgotten. And then we will take them all into consideration. Let's together make this a super cool system. All right, David.
Okay, Tom. If you want to turn back on my screen there.
You're on.
I will.
All you got to do is go to screen share and do full screen.
Okay.
I'll tell you when it's up.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. We're out of time.
we have.
Okay, so let me hit view here. All right, Tom, I just got to get one more. I actually happened to re-download this image I had sent out. So let me just pop. Okay, I got it here. All right, so let me go to screen.
Guys, you're about to see something very, very special, and I really appreciate you guys showing this. But guys, the future, when you talk about the future of where this tool is heading, you are on the ground floor of it, and this is just absolutely going to blow your mind when you say, who's that good-looking guy? Oh, there we go. I saw it. Oh, there it is. Dude, that thing's so cool. Give me one second.
Okay. Can you guys see that?
It's on YouTube. Give it about 5 more seconds. It'll be on the YouTube channel. It'll be on the public view. Right now you see it on private view. All right. 1 second. Okay, coming up. 3 more seconds.
You're up. I can see it. So
Okay, guys. Here's the deal on this. This is not, this is like keep this in the network here type of a thing.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Talking to Tom's organization.
Yeah, Tom. Nobody share this with anybody. Okay. So what we're working on is we're introducing what's called a viral funnel velocity, and it's a number that will appear to show how quickly your funnel is propagating. And we have a top 50 velocity index we're creating where it'll be going across your screen as a ticker, and it'll show you the top velocity rate of how quickly these funnels are taking off and propagating. And then we have a meter here that says low, medium, and high. Your viral funnel performance is either low, medium, or high. Now, what this will allow us to do is be able to benchmark performance across the board of how quickly these things are propagating and spreading. And we're going to be able to, you'll be able to see now how you compare to others out there that are pushing their funnels and growing them. And this factor is based upon how many shares, how many viral temporary funnels, how many direct funnels, parent funnels, and also the amount of time that's gone by since you started launching your funnel. So it truly is a velocity number that we're going to be able to tie to this, and it's something that you've never seen before on anything like this, and it's the very first time you'll probably ever see this. Now, this is a great incentive because when someone logs in, they're going to be able to see, based upon the conversion rates and the click-through rates, where they are on the scale here. So if you need to click a button to do a few more shares out to Facebook or do a new post to start revitalizing that front-end propagation, you can do that from here. And, of course, we'll provide some training right in the back office, some other reports and analytics that come along with that. And then, we're going to give you a nice green star if you're a top funnel velocity propagator. So, fun stuff. There you go. Can't show you that anymore.
All I would suggest is like we put a little red line, so when you start redlining, when it's all the way up, there needs to be a red line. Dude, for the guys that have the meter all the way over to the right-hand side, we need to know we're redlining, man.
Okay. We'll put the red. There you go. That's great.
Yeah, and,
all right,
and
guys.
one thing, since David shared that with you, we will be having the ability to have a one-click traffic buy-in there as well. So it'll help speed that up as well. So some cool stuff.
All kinds of simple, easy stuff for you. That's right.
Crazy, guys. Well, we have maintained and increased in viewers ever since you guys have been online. So people are loving it. They can get their funnel set up. Oh wow, what's this? We got something crazy coming up here.
No, Tom, that's just a placeholder. That information is too small for you to see, so don't even worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Well, you didn't get to see that. Oh, well, yeah. Now you're talking.
Yeah, right. That's the stuff that geeks really love right there. So, guys, no, this is awesome, man. We thank you. We really appreciate you being online, and we love being, 7 Hour Wealth loves being really the first team to crank this thing out. Folks, we're gonna jack this thing up. And Eric, you liking this, huh? I see you nodding. You're going,
Dude, I am like loving this thing, man, and to know that it's this powerful early on, and what it's going to actually become as time moves forward. We're gonna push this thing all over the web, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, it's crazy, Eric. I had like 590 links. Look how cool this thing is. 590 links or 590 something clicks on my site. I think it's up to like 700 now. Just in a couple days, like in 48 hours, 328 child funnels already created and over 10,000 clicks. And I've gotten, several PC1 signups. I mean, this thing, guys, is get it on and press the gas pedal down because I want to melt these guys' servers down. That's all I can say.
All right. Remember the web address
you guys are on Amazon, right?
Yeah, give it a run.
Let's do it.
Hey, and guys, go easy on us if you run into problems. I mean, we're pretty good guys. We'll work with you.
We have a saying, don't be a dick, just provide a positive support, and if it's negative, but, I mean, really, folks, these guys are busting their rear end, and if you notice it's free, that means these guys aren't collecting giant paychecks for doing all this. They're here to help you build your business, and you don't want to take that for granted because, hey, we can turn off your email address as easy as you put it in. So be nice to them. You know the way I operate. If you're not saying anything positive, keep it to yourself, and definitely provide constructive input, and any great ideas you have will only help us take it to the next level. So, guys, we appreciate you being online tonight and keeping it real. Eric Green, thank you for joining us tonight. Always a pleasure to see you. David, Aaron, you guys are superstars in my book. Everyone, have a great night, and let's rock and roll. We'll see you tomorrow night, Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great night, everyone. We'll leave with some back in the saddle. What do you think, Eric?